a few things, kind of a roundup of news on GreenButton this week. Some things I've collected over the course of the week. And I'll just step through these real quick. We'll get on to the meat of the program. But OSTP had kind of done another round of announcements around additional support for GreenButton. Here was the OSTP tweet. Hopefully I'm showing that. Can someone confirm I'm showing the OSTP Twitter site?
You are.
Okay. So this was basically a link to a blog post authored by Nick Sinai and Manisha Shah, doing a little bit of promotion for GreenButton and calling out a series of additional industry and utility support for that. So I've captured a few of those, moved on to the GreenButton tab, or the San Diego Gas and Electric. It looks like SDG&E has announced more support for their version of Connect My Data, specifically Solar City, Energy AI, and Ecova all look to be supporting SDG&E's Connect My Data, which is great. It's good to see San Diego pushing forward with that. One other thing I did find on their website was basically an application to work with Sempra or SDG&E on Connect. So you can, they have a form on their website that lets you, basically apply to that program. So I was heartened to see that as well. Rocky Mountain Power, a utility primarily in the Pacific Northwest in Idaho. John, I don't know if they're one of your providers or not, but they have announced support for GreenButton, or they didn't announce support previously, but announced the availability of GreenButton. Even though that right now that data appears to be just their monthly data rather than greater granularity. Okay. Yep. Okay, John. One of Bitchley announced I thought would probably be initial support or additional support for GreenButton. It's great to see their announcement. Ecova was part of the San Diego Gas and Electric announcement, and here's their on their website. Earth Networks, the folks who do WeatherBug, announced some form of support, and I haven't really dug into this to see what they're providing, but it looks like they've announced support for that this week as well. WegoWise, another company that's jumped onto the GreenButton. I hesitate to call it a bandwagon at this point, but certainly more support for the work we're doing. I did see that this was a presentation available from EPRI. Marty, you were part of this pitch for the conformance suite that EPRI continues to look to fund, and I saw that was available on the website. Anybody who needs a copy of that or wants to promote that can get that link from me or from Marty. And then the last thing I have before we really get to work is the Intel blog also had basically an informational piece about GreenButton. So it was great to see Intel as well had promoted the standard. They didn't announce support that I could tell initially or specifically for GreenButton, but certainly promoting that as an open data initiative. I was pleased to see that as well. So I guess that's all the news that fits, or maybe all the news that's fit to print with respect to GreenButton.